Hey guys, welcome back to Salty Speed. Today we're in the garage again with the motor and we're going to be working on taking the clutch and flywheel off of the V20 and putting it on the new built motor and installing the transmission. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so we got the V20B here right now. We're going to haul the transmission off and then we're going to haul the clutch off. Alright guys, so all the transmission bolts are out. Let's pop the transmission on. Alright, I popped the motor up on some wood. Hopefully it'll be a little bit stable and that won't fall over. So let's try and rip this off. Nothing to it. Nothing top. Alright, let's pop this clutch off and flywheel and clean it up and move it to the built motor. Alright, so we got all of our ARP flywheel bolts. So let's haul the pressure plate off. Alrighty, so next we're gonna haul off the competition lightweight flywheel. Alright guys, so we got our clutch pressure plate and disc off and our clutch pressure plate bolts, the ARP bolts. We got our ARP flywheel bolts and our competition lightweight flywheel. So now we're going to clean both of these up. So let's get at it. Alright, so I got everything here all cleaned up. Here's the ARP flywheel bolts. The ARP pressure plate bolts. Here's the pressure plate, flywheel, and clutch. Alrighty, so we got the B20 up in the air. I just got it hauled up to put on a table I got over there, and we're just gonna get that out of the way. Alrighty guys, so we got the B20 up on its table there now in the transmission. Don't mind the bend in the wood, that'll be alright. Not that heavy. So yeah, there she is. Alright, so we have our built motor strapped up there now. We're going to lift it up and put it on that dolly right there. Alrighty, so we got it up in the air. Let's lower it down onto our dolly. Do I recommend using ratchet straps to lift engines? No. Does it work? Yes. Nice. Alright, so let's haul the flywheel off that's on there now. I'm not sure what brand it is, but it does look like a good flywheel. It got ARP bolts already in it, but we're just going to throw on the flywheel and clutch I had on the B20 because it's not that old. So let's do it. Alrighty guys, so we got the old flywheel bolts and flywheel off. So here it is, we got it all cleaned up. Looks good. So we're gonna start now with putting the Clutchmaster's FX400 clutch on. So let's start with the flywheel. Alright, so when you're doing these ARP flywheel bolts on the B series, you want to get your ARP fastener assembly lubricant, or the Ultra Torque lubricant, and you put this on just under the head there of the bolt, right in there, and then you take your Loctite 242, that's what ARP calls for, so just use that if you're going at this just as well to get the right stuff. So use Loctite 242 and you lubricate the threads then with that. So you put the ARP Ultra Torque lubricant in here just under the head of the bolt, and you put the Loctite 242 on the threads. So I'm gonna get all those done with that, and I'll be back when we're ready to install the flywheel and torque it down. Alright guys, so we got our flywheel on and our ARP bolts in. I put a new pilot bearing in there too. So I just got them hand tight there now, just with the ratchet. And so we're gonna do our torque sequence going crisscross. You're gonna start with 30 foot-pounds in your crisscross pattern. Then we're gonna do 60 in our crisscross pattern. Then we're gonna do 95 foot-pounds in our crisscross pattern there. All right, so we got our torque wrench set to 30 foot-pounds. So we're gonna move up to 60 foot-pounds. 60. You're at 90, or 95. That's all of them torqued down. That's it. Alright guys, so it's gonna be the same thing with the pressure plate bolts. You're gonna want to put the ARP ultra torque lube just on the washer there, just under the washer, and the Loctite 242 on the threads. So let's do it. Alright guys, so we got our clutch disc here and our alignment tool. We're gonna shove in there now. So now we're grabbing our clutch plate, pressure plate, and we'll shove that on. Alright, so our pressure plate is on there with our dowel pins there, and on this side, and now those are the bolts there. I'm gonna go ahead and lube them up, and I'll be back once I got that done and we're torquing down the clutch plate. So we got the clutch on and torqued down. Over here we got our transmission. I done it black in the DHT engine and ammo just for, I don't know, something different, why not? And we got our throwout bearing on, all greased up and everything on the inside. And yeah, now we're ready to throw it on the motor. So let's get at it. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. We got the clutch and flywheel and the transmission installed on the new built motor, and hopefully the next video will be us installing it into the EK hatch. Really excited to get more progress on this build. We appreciate all the love and support. Stay tuned for more videos. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at salty.speed. Stay fast.